Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on my channel here. Now in today's video, guys, I'm going to be bringing you a really good defense out of nickel 3-3-5. The play today is going to be cover 3 cloud. I'm going to show you guys 3 setups, and I'm basically going to be showing you guys that to improve your defense in Madden 21. First, I'm going to go over the pre-play adjustments such as your substitutions and coaching adjustments. Then we're going to move into the 3 setups. And guys, before we do get in the video though, do you want to follow me on Twitter? My link is down below in the description. I will go and talk some through the Super Bowl, as well as get a chance to chat with you guys, that kind of thing. And then also my Discord is down there, as well as the sign up link. The Discord has a fair amount of people in it, so I really appreciate you guys joining in there. You're making a big difference, man. I'm really happy about that, and I can't wait to get to know you guys more. And then finally, guys, if you do want to check out my 2 most recent videos, including my video that I made technically today, but it's really like last night, that video is going to be like a money play that you can run out of the West Coast Gun Bunch, so you can go ahead and click on that. But guys, without further ado though, let's go ahead, let's get into the defense. Okay guys, so here we go. These are going to be the coaching adjustments. We're going to start off here. So what we're going to do first is ball in our defense, always on play ball, cornerback option defense on conservative, and then my zone drops, my flats are on 5 yards, and my curl flats are on 20 yards. Now, in terms of the pre-play adjustments, in terms of the substitutions, you're going to access this menu by pressing RB. I subbed in 3 safeties at these linebacker spots. So I have Jeremy Reeves right here, I have DeShazor Everett right here, and then Troy Apke is the fastest out of those 3. He is going to be my user. And honestly, guys, if you have someone up here that you'd want a user, like a good safety, like with a superstar ability, or someone who's really fast, you can go ahead and sub in a cornerback up here and then put them in this linebacker spot. But this could be the play we're going to use today. Now, the play here is going to be cover 3 cloud. Don't really have any audibles for you guys. So without further ado though, let's go ahead. Let's move on to the first setup of this defense. Okay guys, so here's the first setup out of this defense here. This is going to be a pretty basic setup, but you see here that we actually have a lot of good zones on the field. We have a curl flat and a hard flat, which is going to be very good in terms of stopping like the drag routes and also like the coverage beaters possibly. You have 2 hook curls in the middle, and really that's pretty much it. But what we're going to do out of this defense, the first setup is really simple. What we're going to do is we're going to first baseline our defense, which is going to be Y and flicking the left stick to the right. And as you can see right here, we basically get into position. It's looking more like a covered 2. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to throw these 2 top safeties right here into deep halves, which is going to be double tapping Y, pressing their icons, which are going to be L, B, and A in this situation, but they might be different depending on your opponent's formation, so keep that in mind. Throw LB in a deep half, which is up on the left stick, and we'll do the same thing to this player right here. And then what we're going to do is actually, before you do the deep halves, make sure you blitz your user as well, which is going to be A and down the right stick. You're going to see right here that it will give you more agility and whatnot. So there you go. Next thing we're going to do, guys, is we're going to pinch our defensive line and slant them outside, which is left on the D-pad, down the left stick, and then left on the D-pad, up on the right stick. So it's just going to allow for better block sheds, and overall, it's going to give you a lot more mobility on the offensive line. Then the final thing we're going to do is we're going to put one of these linebackers here into a middle third, which is going to be double tapping the right D-pad, pressing their icon, which is A or X. So we're just going to do the X player, and we're going to throw them in the middle third, which is up on the left stick. So basically right here, this is the defense. You're going to see that this will stop any like cover 3 beaters in terms of getting towards the seams. It's going to stop any of them, and overall this is a solid coverage defense. Now, in terms of the holes in this defense, you might have to go ahead and put a curl flat in this area right here because it could get open. Now, how to do a curl flat with the linebacker is double tapping the right D-pad, pressing the icon, which is going to be A in the situation, and we're going to flick the left stick to the right, so now he's in a curl flat. And basically right here, you're also going to have to watch the flats as well as the middle, which is going to be really important here. This like middle kind of thing right here, you're going to have to watch it, like post routes, slant routes, that kind of thing. You're going to have to watch it, but it's the first setup here. Honestly, guys, it's very simple. I will go, and I did kind of make a route combo here at a trips, so we're just going to run this play. You're going to see right here, we're going to kind of cover. We'll go back down to the running back, and you see that we end up getting a block shed here for a very easy sack. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look here at what this had to offer, what this presented on this play. So let's first go ahead. Let's take a look at this post route here, this B receiver. You're going to see The middle third kind of covers it in the beginning, and then we end up using it a little bit. You see, then we go right back down to the running back because my opponent might be looking to throw to the running back. However, it does kind of get open like right here, but that's because we have no guys in the middle. So that is an example of a soft spot in the defense. Next, we're going to take a look here. You see this corner route does have a little bit of space, so your opponent could definitely throw that, but you got to really kind of tell what kind of quarterback he's using. If he's using like a player like Drew Brees, it's going to be very tough for him to fit in that tight of a window. So definitely keep in mind right there that player. But that corner route does get covered by the curl flat in the beginning, and then as the play goes on, it actually gets open right there. But at this point right here, you're going to see like right when it gets open, the pass rush is already coming in Drew Brees' face. So that's going to be a very interesting thing. Next thing we're going to take a look at here is going to be the streak route. This would be a pretty good cover 3 beater because it is going through the seams, but you're going to see right here, curl flat covers in the beginning, and then we have 3 guys all in this position. You have, I believe this is a deep, this is a outside third, then you have the deep half, and actually I think this is the deep half, and then this is, I don't even know what this is, but you're going to see right here, I mean, nothing is there, like nothing is there. Now this curl route is open right here a little bit, but you're going to see that the curl flat kind of covers in the beginning, and then he's going to kind of play him a little bit, but you could definitely go and throw that. So overall, this was a really basic coverage defense, but you saw that pressure was able to get there, which is a really big thing. And yeah, guys, so let's go ahead now. Let's move on to the second setup. Alright guys, so this is going to be the second setup here with this defense. Now what we're going to do in this play, we're going to start it off the same. We're going to base the line, then we're going to shade over the top, then we're actually going to blitz our user, which is going to be A down the right stick if you don't remember. Pinch our defensive line, slant outside. Then what we're going to do is we're going to throw these linebackers. We're going to put them in man coverage. Now how we're going to do that, we're going to double tap the right D-pad, press their icon, which is going to be X or A, and we're going to press that. We're going to flick up on the right stick, and then it's going to give us an option to press to basically click what receiver we want to man up. So what we're going to do is we're going to man A up on the tight end. We're going to man X up on the X receivers. So this is what it's going to look like here. Very, very simple. And then the last thing we're going to do, guys, this is an optional adjustment if you want to stop the seam routes. We're basically we're going to put this safety right here into a deep half, which is going to be double tapping Y, pressing the icon, which is LB or A. We're going to do LB, flick the left stick up. Now, in this case here, what we're going to do, we're actually going to put him in that middle third. We're going to leave him here. But basically right here, this is going to be the play. And I did kind of, do a route combo right here. I'll just show you guys. And this is going to be the route combo on screen. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of cover this. Then we're going to go back up to cover the crosser. But you're seeing right here, pressure does get through. Keep in mind, the Saints do have one of the best O-lines in the game. And the pressure is still getting through off the edge. And we do end up getting a sack and a fumble right there. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look here and how this defense really held up. First, we're going to take a look. You see that the tight end here is gonna be manned up. Now, if your opponent's not really going to his tight end, I'd man this A linebacker up on a different player. Like if you see that he's going to like Emmanuel Sanders a lot, then I would definitely consider manning him up because then you take him out of the equation. And then all you have to cover really is going to be the tight end and the running back. But we're going to take a look at the running back here. You see that we kind of drop down, and then as we go back up, already this pressure is coming right through here. So this is definitely going to be a very tough ball for your opponent to throw. And if he does end up catching this, the running back, we're going to have this player right here, as well as this player is going to come down and try and cover him. But next here, we're also going to be taking a look as well at this streak route, or the streak route. You see that it's covered pretty well right here. You don't really have much on this play. Then we're going to take a look at the crosser right here, and you're going to see that this crosser, I mean, we do end up coming back to cover it, but when it's open right here, you're seeing that, I mean, basically Drew Brees is getting sacked. Like, there's really nothing more to say about this. And then finally, we have this X receiver here. You see that the man coverage does a great job in terms of getting him. Now, we do have that curl flat out there, but right when he gets open right here, the pressure is already right in Drew Brees' face, and he has to make a very quick decision. So that's going to be the second setup on defense. But guys, let's go ahead now. Let's move on to the third setup. Okay guys, so here we go. This is going to be the third and final defensive setup right here. Now your first adjustment is going to be to base the line. Then we're going to shade over the top, pinch your defensive line, slant outside, and blitz your user. Then what we're going to do is we're actually going to be throwing this player right here in a curl flat and this player right here in a hard flat. This is basically a concept called mabling, and it's really good at stopping like the drag routes and basically like all the short and also the somewhat long routes as well. It's a pretty good concept, and it is used a lot. So now how we're going to do a curl flat We're going to double tap the right D-pad, press the icon, which is going to be A, and flick the left stick to the right. And then this player is going to be put in a hard flat, which we're going to double tap the right D-pad, press the icon, which is X, and then flick the right stick to the right. So basically, this is going to be the setup right here. Very, very simple. Now, also an optional adjustment you can do if you're worried about the cover 3 beater is you could go and you could throw this LB player into a deep half, but I'm not going to do that for this setup. So basically, this is going to be it right here. Now, you're going to be very vulnerable in the middle, so you're going to have to cover that a lot, but honestly, this is a decent defense right here in terms of stopping like crossing routes, out routes, that kind of thing. So we're just going to run this play. You're going to see that we're going to kind of try to cover everything, and as you can see right here, the block sheds end up getting through. So let's go ahead here, let's take a look at the receivers and let's see if they got open. So first we're going to take a look at the running back. I always like to put my running back on an option route unless my opponent is sending pressure. You're going to see though that Alvin Kamara, we end up picking him up. Then we're going to go back up to cover the drag route or the crossing route here. Then we are in here on the in route, and you're going to see right here that the pressure is getting through right about here. It's going to be a very, very tough ball to fit in. Then now we're going to take a look at the tight end here, who was, I believe, on an out route. You're going to see that he does get picked up pretty well right here by the curl flat as well as the cloud flat, so pretty good job there. Then we're going to move on here to this B receiver, who I believe is on a crosser, and as you can see right here, crosser's covered. When he gets open right here, you're seeing that the pressure is just developing right now. It's going to be a very tough throw as well for Drew Brees to do. Definitely have to keep that in mind. Then we're also going to take a look now at this wide receiver who was on a streak. You're going to see that he was covered pretty well by both the outside third as well as you have that player right there as well, that safety. Then we're going to take a look as well at this X receiver, the final receiver here. You're going to see that the Mabel does cover him initially, but then in the end, he actually does get pretty open right here, so you're going to have to cover that, and that's what we did. We basically went right over on the in route, and then we ended up getting pressure. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, smash a like. Go smash 5 likes. I appreciate your support greatly, guys. You are really amazing. Guys, take care. Most importantly, stay classy.